Last year, October, I ran a 3 hours of workshop for teachers with no gardening experience, how to teach your student how to grow food. I have cut this 3 hours of workshop into bite-sized video pieces for very busy educators like yourself, so that you can watch on your time and enjoy and learn. And this is the 6th of this video series. Enjoy! This is going to help you big time in terms of what to plant and where. So these are the two online software that I use. Growveg.com, I'm an older user of this one. I'm fairly new to this one because it is a newer software. But I put it in my presentations and I do recommend you to use it because it's a Canadian company. I would always like to support Canadian companies. This one, I think it's in UK. Every one of these softwares have some strengths in some areas. For example, the Growveg.com gives you a complete list, color-coded in terms of months, when to start it, which is very, very useful, extremely useful. The Spaces to Grow has a lot more information about particular plants. So you can, if you're more into reading about what type of nutrients do that specific plant need, they have a lot of information there. So check them both out. They're not free, but if you're in a school and you can convince the school to pay for it, it's like $25 a year, $50 a year, I'm not sure. And they do have plans for educators that you can actually. You can plan your garden in these. You can actually have a drawing. They have tools that you can draw your garden. And then you can drag and drop your plants. And they tell you how many square foot of that particular plant you can put. They tell you, and they color code the plants in terms of the crop rotation and the family of the plants. Because you don't want the same family in the same spot every year. You better rotate them. That brings the disease problems down and nutrition deficiency problems down. So there's a lot of useful tools there that visually can help you big time with your planning. So and I think they have like classroom registrations that you can register your class or your school, and then the price is, I think, a lot lower per child when compared to when you just get it for yourself, one person. What time is it? It's the halfway through mark, so I think it's a good idea to take 10 minutes break. The color codes the list of the vegetables that you have. So what you do is that you design your garden. Sometimes I don't even design it. Like I skip the designing part and I just don't put any bed, nothing there. I just drag and drop the plants that I know I want to start in that school. And then I go to the next tab, which gives me the list with the timelines and the timing. Color codes, and it tells you, the blue color tells you when you can sow indoors or under cover, and when you can sow outdoors or transplant or plant it out, and when you can expect to harvest. And that's very important. And when you're dealing with schools, especially if you're not around during the summertime, you need to plan it, time it, in a way that you don't have a lot of harvesting happening during summer when you're not there. So we'll talk about that. So what it does is that it has a list of them on the left, and then at the front it tells you, for example, that you can start arugulas indoors at the end of February. And from the first time that you can start them to the first place of the orange line is the maturity time. This means that arugula is ready to harvest in a month, which is very, very good. Arugula is also a cold plant, cold crop, meaning that you can do it now. Like if you seed your arugulas outdoors, start from seed arugulas outdoors, you will get to harvest them with the kids before the snow. The categories that are important for your planning to pay attention to when you're looking at the list of your plants are the short maturing ones. So as I said, look at when you can start them and look at when you can expect to start harvesting them, and that gives you, so if that is like less than 2 months, I call them short maturing. So short maturing plants are things like radish, arugula, mustard greens, lettuce, spinach. These are short maturing plants. A lot of them are cool crops, radish, spinach, lettuce. It's a little bit late to start lettuce now, but radish and arugulas and spinaches you can even start now, and you will get to harvest them before it freezes. If you cover them, for example, you can even prolong their growth. Their growth will slow down during winter time, but spinach could even survive when it's freezing cold, like when it goes under 0. So that's one thing, short maturing. The other thing is the cool crops. So again, look at the timing. So that list can help you big time with all of these categories. So put those categories together. That helps you to know when you can start and when to expect to harvest which set of plants. And then, because you have to go and buy the seeds, and you have to plant a little bit ahead of time for seeds. For example, right now I know that most of the seed companies or garden stores, they have removed all the seeds. They did that actually a little bit earlier than every year this year, which was surprising. Even I, with all the planning and everything, I wanted to, for example, buy some lettuce seeds and I couldn't find them. So start ahead, know where you're getting your seeds from, and plan according to your plan. So know which ones are short maturing. The short maturing ones are very good for school gardens, because if you're not there during the summer and you start a gardening program, you want to harvest before the kids go home for summer. That would be very, very good. Like that would be very successful. So the faster your plants mature, the sooner your harvest time comes, and the sooner you can get your parents excited and your principal or whoever you need to convince. Also, these short maturing plants are the same ones that you can plant when you're back from summer in the beginning of September, and you can get another set of harvest before fall. So this is a very important group. Cool crops are important because, contrary to many people's perception, they think that in September we just have to, hide indoors and wait for the winter to come and hunt us, and there's nothing to do outdoors. They do other outdoor activities, but they don't even think about doing gardening in schools in fall, which is a shame, because there are lots of things that you can still plant in fall and get a harvest before spring. And we live in a cold, well, this is not the coldest place on earth, but it is a cold place relatively to a lot of other places. And if we can get more and more harvest during 1 year, if we can extend the season from 1 season to 2 seasons during the year and grow some more food, that's very important for us. So the more that we can extend our seasons, the better. And that's something that I think it's important to teach to kids, that even in fall they can grow their own food, a lot of them. This was the 6th of 10 video series from this workshop. If your email is not on my newsletter list, make sure that you put it there, and here's the link to it. Every time one of these videos come out, I send a notification to all my subscribers, and after these video series are done, I also send notifications on other free gifts and materials that I send to my subscribers. Make sure that you don't miss your chance on all of those free goodies by putting your email in the subscribers list. I'll see you next time.